has suffered losses before, although none quite so violently.
Can you believe this tree was here before the city?
Yes, exactly. It's like...
When someone...
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds? Well, of course. Anything for one of the faithful. Is this maybe about the grav jump pilgrimages, or you seen something in the darkness between the stars that troubles you?
Not exactly. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps you should talk about this inside. Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here. I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more. In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun, and he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code, a way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave? Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story. The Enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully she'll be willing to talk to you as well. Oh, and here, take this. You're a member of the Sanctum after all, and this is the beginning of a pilgrimage of sorts.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
I've been meaning to thank you. I could have handled. It's good to be part of a team, isn't it? So many things can go wrong out there. Working with people you can trust is important. That's why I've been in Constellation so long. Just wait till... I'm guessing Gorm... Don't worry. Speaking of which, your work with Constellation has been impressive. Just figured I'd mention it, since we haven't had much time to chat. You know, being a member of Constellation has... It's hard to imagine. I would have never done so many things. And I never would have met Irvin. That's right. But for the choices we made, Irvin's been gone for over 20 years. Yeah, don't worry. Logically, I've ignored my feelings. I'm just fortunate that... I mean, where else would I get to dodge space pirate? On that note, I think I'd do well to distract myself.
Aquilus has seen so much. I'm really glad I can talk to him.
One day House Varun just up and abandoned their embassy. No idea why.
Check. Rifle?
There's nothing between us and setting up one of our... Just look at it. It took
That is convenient, but riding right after eating can give you stomach aches. Every time I see that statue, I can't really explain why.
Something to report.
A visitor? I have all the company I need. He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions.
He sent both of us to ask more incessant questions, actually.
The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all that is the...
You don't need to tell us. We just figured it would be better to ask you directly than to take a second-hand account of your words.
Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this. I will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. he cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all. Then we are done. Leave me.
That your ship that landed not too long ago? It sure is something.
Oh, you got a moment? Let's catch up. Talk to me.
Private sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
Got a minute to chat? Maybe a few minutes. Probably not hours, though. But no guarantees. Yes?
When it comes to ship design, you can't beat the original. I think it depends on the module and my
There's a lot of work that needs to be done in the well. A lot of people in need. If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
The Unity Pilgrim in particular.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity Pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a man walks into the first house of enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of 2 what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of do that. Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again. Always happy to help.
Exploring the galaxy is hard work. Trust me, I know.
Cool spacesuit.
The trick. Got a moment? Let's catch up. Got a minute to chat? Maybe a few minutes.
Really?
Excuse me.
Well, you're back. What did you learn? Planets are often named. What else did you learn? If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted to, was there anything else? Yes. What he added to Let's see. Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No. Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum, at 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it? Ah, but what makes something like that holy? Gravity is also a force that brings things together. Should that be sanctified? And so you think this word unity describes a similar miracle? The processes of the universe are all in accordance with some greater intent.
Now, I thought a miracle was something unexplainable and magical. But we know a hell of a lot about life and gravity. Any other miracles you want to discuss? Like fire, lightning, or minor sports victories?
Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
Hey, Dusty. If you're ever thinking to yourself, I could really listen to Barrett's dulcet voice right now. Then instead of dreaming about... Life will all take a break. Let's chat. You know, this abandoned homestead is actually rather charming. Chat. You're handling this whole captain thing really well, you know.
Captain. Need help with anything?
Hey.
Each of the stars, Captain.
Got a minute to chat? No guarantee.
Weapons locked. Destroy them. Bad guys down. vessel, please. You don't usually see spacers this far out. Not everyone would have stuck their necks out for a patrol. Thanks. Any way we can repay you? Done. Thanks again for the help.
that? Listen, you risked your life. I keep wondering if that meeting. I've replayed those, and you need to know that you did. And if it had been me, I know. I don't know if, but I just want. I'm not sure that I. Of course, we are all. When a star, the galaxy is littered with it. Still doesn't make it easy, but you did what you. Sarah was our leader. She would tell you. She would want us to focus. That sounds, but we still, and that can be enough too. You know, we're fortunate. If we're going to set things. Those are Starborn ruins. You see that, right? We have to get a close-up of that statue. Wow.
He did. Now it's all starting to make sense. You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested in meeting you.
I can speak for myself. Constellation ship, you weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want. Good. See. Hello. Again. You remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded...
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing...
I don't think your patient counselor acted...
We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should. And who gets to say that? You? Me? The emissary? I have debated morality for near infinity, and all I have found are groups of people enforcing their will on others. Rules and laws spoken as principles, but backed by arms and violence.
Enough. We have more to discuss. The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
You've really come a long way since the Welcome to Constellation speech, haven't you? I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who ran to the Eye. I left you behind to protect the artifacts, and the Hunter killed you.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours. And that's the problem. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts
to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifact, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp? You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks, to give up, to appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides. Bingo.
I want a truce between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine, or the Hunters.
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
I know we are not the same people we met in our universes. Still, it is good to see you again, old friend.
The emissary and the Unity is meant for whomever can get there. Don't fall. Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it. I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you. To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, hacking through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new. I took it as a sign. I don't get many of those anymore. They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter, but the Unity itself doesn't judge. No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept attending. That it's bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work.
I'll tell you everything I can. It's not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you. Offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it testing us? Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version, but so much of you stays the same. It's hard, but each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again, as yours won't have its real me. You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way. When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the Armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the Unity. And from there, you can become Starborn. Before you leave, I want to give you something. Seek the moon of Old Earth. There are secrets there you must discover for yourself. Here, to open the way. And I am sorry we have not always been forthcoming. I hope you will see what I have seen. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
How are you, Dusty?
everybody evacuated fast?
Engine spin-up time almost complete. Total time 5 minutes 22 seconds. Right on schedule.
How are the helium-3 valves holding, Nova?
We double-checked the leakage concerns this morning before the launch. All signs green.
Any changes to the calculation sequence from Volterra?
No changes since we uploaded the last figures yesterday. It's a clean shot from here to Jupiter.
One day the computer will be on board the spaceship. Just imagine that.
One miracle of science at a time, Canaveral. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Canaveral, are you reading?
All clear, Nova. Indicators look good. The ship should be cruising Jupiter's orbit right now. Visual confirmation will be possible in 32 minutes. Afraid the speed of light is on the slow side these days.
How does it feel to break the laws of physics, Canaveral?
We're all pretty excited down here in NASA, I won't lie.
Excited enough to tell me where you got the original data?
Not in a million years, Nova.
Hey, back in the lap of luxury right here. bet that elevator shaft will take us deeper inside NASA. Might need to work through some rubble. Hey, Captain. Can I talk with you for a bit? How terrible it must have been for them to watch others escape while they realized it was over. Let's talk. When you have time, of course. What's on your mind? Looks like this one almost made it to launch. Wonder what the final problems were. I'm all ears. Have time, of course. have time, of course.
Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. Reservation log. Dr. Judith Station log. Dr. Judith Tatien. I have never been so nervous since I defended my dissertation. 4 hours talking to Victor and his team about theoretical metals, atomic bonding, even a half-hour divergence into magnetism that I'm pretty sure was to throw me off the trail of what we were actually talking about. Then I got to see the lab. I don't know how much I should say, but the periodic table just got thrown out the window.
They had a museum, but this whole place is a museum now. Anyway, looks like an exit at the end of the hall.
I just don't understand where these calculations came from.
There's something wrong with the math? I think it's quite straightforward.
That's not what I'm asking. We've had no success extracting even a sample of material from the object. No explanation for the gravitational effects. No motion graph to explain its harmonic frequencies. I can't even establish a melting point.
Judith.
But you've had me building these prototype colliders for months.
And rooms
And I
like
want
this
to put
across the
helium-3 into
globe,
it based on this equation
scientists
written on
figured
a
out how
goddamn
to
napkin.
save our species.
I just need you to trust me.
These are they.
I have been trusting you. We keep slamming our heads against a brick wall, getting nothing. And you keep coming up with something new to try. Like, you know what's going to happen. Where are you getting your information, Victor?
I'm sorry, Judith. Look, not here, okay? Somewhere off base. I'll tell you everything. But I'm not
Final
lying,
days
okay?
of humanity on Earth must have been a special
We're
sort of
going
hell
to
for a
discover something important here.
We have time, of course.
I promise.
Anything I can help you with, Captain? sweat for a change. Oh, this part.
Sensors indicate
To regain sensor contact with the enemy.
Quit it! Oh, good! My turn! Crew preparation.
Station log. Dr. Judith Station log. Dr. Judith Station log. Dr. Judith Satien. I have never been so nervous since I defended my
I can't imagine how tense and chaotic it must
be. Victor and his team about theoretical metals, atomic bonding, even a half-hour divergence into magnetism that I'm pretty sure was to throw me off the trail of what we were actually talking about. Then I got to see the lab. I don't know how much I should say, but the periodic table just got thrown out the window. I just don't understand where these calculations came from.
There's something wrong with the math? I think it's quite straightforward.
That's not what I'm asking. We've had no success extracting even a sample of material from the object. No explanation for the gravitational effects, no motion graph to explain its harmonic frequencies. I can't even establish a melting point.
Judith.
But if
Rooms like this across the globe.
Scientists
figured out how to
into it
save
based
our
on this
species.
equation you've written on a goddamn napkin?
These are they.
I just need you to trust me.
I have been trusting you. We keep slamming our heads against a brick wall, getting nothing. And you keep coming up with something new to try. Like, you know what's going to happen. Where are you getting your information, Victor?
I'm sorry, Judith. Look, not here, okay? Somewhere off base. I'll tell you everything. But
Final
I'm not
days of
lying,
humanity on
okay?
Earth must have been a special sort of hell
We're
for
going to
hopeful
discover
scientists.
something important here.
Break.
I
Let's
promise.
chat. chat sometime, okay? Where'd they go? Oh yes! I know how this ends! Adorable! Bring it! I'm okay. No, I'm not. best time, but I need to talk with you later. You're going nowhere? Hey, when you're not busy, let's chat. Oh, pardon me. Was that your stomach or mine? The artifact isn't far now. Hey, when you're not busy, let's chat.
Project log.
Project log. Dr. Judith Tatien. I watched the gravjet tests from the moon today. It was the first time we were able to talk to the team at Nova Galactic directly.
Shall we?
So many things were under wraps before, but now everyone wants all the publicity they can get. I'm already seeing proposals for manufacturing androids of drives, expeditions to Alpha Centauri and beyond. It's also overwhelming. And years. Decades before we know what all the side effects of operating a grav drive can be. But no one wants to hear that right now. Like a bunch of pioneers racing towards the edges of the frontier without knowing about the grizzly bears in the mountains.
Actually got to visit your labs back when we were working on it.
I know what I'm seeing.
My name is Dr. Victor Isa. And if you're listening to this, then you probably already know the truth. I was young when I first headed the retrieval team of an odd gravitational anomaly on Mars. But I kept what really happened that day hidden from everyone except one other person. Even she didn't believe me at first. But I have no reason to lie to anyone now, so I hope you'll accept this confession, whoever you are. When I touched the anomaly, I experienced 12 days of lost time. I met myself. He told me everything that has since come true. The grav drive equations, the tests on the moon, Earth's atmosphere sputtering away because of what we had done. But he also told me about a city thriving on a planet orbiting a distant star. Human culture, art, music, lifestyles evolving and shining brightly across all of space. What price would I be willing to pay for that future? Maybe you don't believe me. Maybe Judith was right and I'm just a coward who wants to believe his mistakes were justified. But everyone has forgotten about the real origins of the grav drive. This artifact from Mars. I hope you make better use of it than I did.
Constellation, we've arrived on the surface of Earth. We need to discuss what you found.
And it looks like other Starborn got here before us. So, you might have company.
You struggle very well. You have strained my patience. Infinity closes. Hear the music of the universe. You are nothing. Dust. You are unworthy. See the light of the stars.
He's down.
Not like this.
my sensor. The this is now a combat zone.
Find anything worth selling or using? Now isn't the best time. Well, look at that. Vasco definitely takes after this side of the family. Never mind. Sorry. Imagine if they hadn't been able to convince people to invest this much. I wonder if humanity would still be here.
Project log. Dr. Victor...
Project log. Dr. Judith Tatien. I watched the gravjite tests from the moon today. It was the first time we were able to talk to the team at Nova Galactic directly. So many things were on the wraps before, but now everyone wants all the publicity they can get. I'm already seeing proposals for manufacturing androids of drives, expeditions to Alpha Centauri and beyond. It's also
The artifact isn't far now. But look at all this
worrying.
stuff. Simply
It could take
astounding.
years, decades, before we know what all the side effects of operating a crab drive can be. But no one wants to hear that right now. Like a bunch of pioneers racing towards the edges of the frontier without knowing about the grizzly bears in the mountains.
I doubt you need to bring all of that.
I never actually got to visit your labs back when we were working.
No, what I'm...
My name is Dr. Victor Isa. And if you're listening to this,
So it
then
wasn't
you
just
probably
a
already know the truth.
A terrible but inevitable
I was young when I
disaster?
first headed the retrieval team of an
Crab
odd gravitational anomaly on Mars. But I kept what really happened that day hidden from everyone except one other person. Even she didn't believe me at first. But I have no reason to lie to anyone now, so I hope you'll accept this confession, whoever you are. When I touched the anomaly, I experienced 12 days of lost time. I met myself. He told me everything that has since come true. The grav drive equations, the tests on the moon, Earth's atmosphere sputtering away because of what we had done. But he also told me about a city thriving on a planet orbiting a distant star. Human culture, art, music, lifestyles evolving and shining brightly across all of space. What price would I be willing to pay for that future? Maybe you don't believe me. Maybe Judith was right and I'm just a coward who wants to believe his mistakes were justified. But everyone has forgotten about the real origins of the grav drive, this artifact from Mars. I hope you make better use of it than I did.
And it looks like other Starborn got here before us. So, You might have company.
Is this persistence or foolishness? Send them back to the stars. The test continue or eternity ends.
I guess that was all.
The artifacts are ours.
Ha! We can handle this. Oh, bad choice.
Eclipse them.
Oh yes, I know how this ends.
You understand now why I asked you to come here. The artifacts unlocked the secret of interstellar travel, at the cost of Earth.
An easy trade, honestly. Why have one world when you can have all the settled systems? Assuming we weren't going to lose it anyway. War, disease, famine, all the classics.
Don't you see? The power of the artifact forced humanity to the stars. They didn't get to make a choice. How many would have chosen Earth? What gave Victor Isa the right to choose for them?
You see the hypocrisy in what the emissary is saying, right? They don't want to rob people of their free will, but then they steal the artifacts for themselves.
In the wrong hands, the power of the artifacts can make anyone a tyrant. That's why we watch over them. The only thing you're watching out for is yourself. Join me.
Oh, no, you... Okay. And you...
Thank you.
Well,
The buried temple.
You're lucky I'm...
Stay for a moment. We won't be able to go to the buried temple right away. You'll need to work with your colleague. There's always a... Expect anything and everything. He and I have made... We let him go. I'll meet you in orbit. All the other artifacts, I'll be bringing mine.
Got a moment? Let's catch up. Sure, I've got a minute. on my worst day. Let's talk. When you have time, of course.
Hey, I've been, you know. Thank you. I'll have everything set up.
Mateo told us about your pilgrim.
You found it, didn't you? Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think.
Hate to be the responsible one, but the big bombshell of what we're actually building here might... Want to go over this whole multiple universe?
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little...
Explains why the Starborn want the artifact so bad.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to...
Plus what it would do to the mind?
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist.
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some... You're right.
You know it.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grant. Let me know when you're ready to follow.
You can feel
This last glimpse...
Can't you? The
Chat
lodge just...
sometime.
Catch a smile out there.
Morale in the lodge has been measurably reduced. I will go wherever. Morale in the lodge has been measurably... Yes, Captain. I am right. I will be monitoring everyone's vitals for some...